And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fusel. Let's get rolling on this holiday weekend. Come on out to the track. Have a good time. We have all kinds of action going on today. Horse racing, carryovers for the horse racing. Some nice carryovers today here at Laurel Park. We'll show you those in a couple of minutes. Football, if you want the football, the sports book here at Laurel Park is where you want to be today to watch all those bowl games. A couple NFL games today with a big Ravens-Chargers game later on tonight. We'll show you more about that. But real quick, yesterday was a big day, the big Stronach 5. Congratulations if you hit the Stronach 5 yesterday. There's the payout, a little over $2,900 to 37 winning tickets yesterday.
Yeah, I got a little help there finally in the last leg, right? A little shorter price.
Sure, yep.
It booted you home and put you to almost a $3,000 payout for the Stronach 5. A solid handle all in all for the wager. Gaining popularity, it looks to me, week in and week out. So congratulations to those lucky winners of 37 winners. Yeah, it's a nice payout.
Yeah, I think the biggest win payout was the second leg down there at Gulfstream. That was like a $17 horse. I had that horse, but my single in the third leg here, Laurel Park Race 9, that horse didn't come through the nest. Didn't get the money out, so I didn't hit it. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it one of these days. One of these days, I'll take down that Stronach 5. I've taken down some big ones. I'm due for another one here.
I got faith in you.
New Year's Day is coming up. I normally take off from work New Year's Day. I've been doing this since college and come out to the track with buddies. Now, last New Year's Day, and we'll have live racing here at Laurel Park on New Year's Day. Always a big crowd out here New Year's Day. Last year I was 5 out of 6 for $29,000 in the Gulfstream Park Pick 6 with all my buddies. We were 5 out of 6. We left off a Jane Sabelli, Tyler Gaffleone horse on the turf. I don't know what I was thinking, so I'm due for a big score, maybe this year on New Year's Day.
I think I had a small slice of that ticket. You were kind enough, I believe, to let some of us in.
Did you hit that one?
No,
all right.
No. I had a small slice of your ticket.
Okay,
and I suffered a long.
No, that was Pegasus. That was Pegasus.
That was a Pegasus.
Where we played a big ticket. That was the day after Pegasus, the big mandatory payout. That was another tough beat.
Yeah.
Talking about tough beats, I feel like Scott Van Pelt on the Sports Center with the tough beats. It was the day after Pegasus, mandatory payout. We played a big ticket. We were going to lose on the ticket, but at least we were going to hit.
Right.
We were 4 deep going into the last leg, right, with 2 favorites.
Yeah.
One of the favorites jumps in the air. The jockey falls off. The other favorite broke last and rallied for second.
Came flying.
It was a tough beat, So we're due for some big scores. Maybe today. Let's show you the carryovers we have today here at Laurel Park. Big one in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 4 today. A little shy of $22,000 there in the Rainbow Pick 6. So I have a ticket for that. We'll show you that later. Also, a nice carryover today in our late Pick 5. I like both Pick 5s today, the early and the late Pick 5. The late Pick 5, nice carryover there. That's almost $5,800. Both your Pick 5s here at Laurel Park with your industry low 12% takeout. So that's going to be well played today. I think both carryovers get a lot of action today.
Well, the one thing is the people out there who do watch, they know we like to step in and wager.
Yep.
And I'm glad my wife got most of the Christmas shopping out of the way because, I'm going in on some of these horses today. I like some prices on today's card. It could be feast or famine.
All right,
so I'm glad she got most of the stuff out of the way.
I agree
I don't
with
need
you.
a present. I don't need anything.
I agree. I hit the all button on my Pick 6 ticket. I hit the all button one of the legs on my Pick 5 ticket. We'll show you those in a couple of the first leg of the Pick 6, race 4. That's wide open.
Sure.
And the last race today, race 9 is wide open. So races 4 and 9 today. If you're playing those multi-race wagers, plan on spreading deep in races 4 and 9. So we showed you both the carryovers. Now, big football game tonight, and you can watch it right here at Laurel Park. 105.7 The Fan, Baltimore Game Day Uncensored, the Ravens pregame show. They're going to be here at Laurel Park today live in the Sportsbook. Their show begins 3 hours before kickoff. Tonight's kickoff is 8:20. Ravens Chargers out there in L.A. I've been listening on the radio. I think their pregame show is going to start at 5, not
Okay.
5:20. I think
right.
it starts at 5 with Kenny Weinman, Jerry Coleman, and Vinny Serrato. So the sports book is going to be jumping today with all those college football games, and you have the early NFL game, and then the Ravens play later on tonight.
Absolutely. We're done our card, about 4:30, 4:45
Yep.
in range. Head down to the second floor, go to that sports book, and just park yourself at the bar, find yourself a couch or a high top table, enjoy a couple cocktails, and listen to the radio show, bet some races, and you got some football to lay into too. So you couldn't ask for a better evening.
It's a 75-foot LED wall. That's equivalent to 25 yards on a football field. So it's that big of a gigantic TV wall. Let's get right to it. Let's show you a picture of the main track today. There it is. No rain right now. We have windy conditions, so it's drying out a little bit, but we're still going to start at sloppy, right?
Yeah, we've got the breeze. Still, I wish the sun would peek through a little bit more. Standing water still on the racetrack, and that's usually a signal. That's going to designate sloppy for us when we designate the racetrack. So I think we're going to get the muddy even good if this wind kind of keeps up, so we can let that sun shine through. So I know they're working hard on that racetrack.
Okay. All right, well, let's get right to it here in race one. I love the early pick 5 today. The opener is an $8,000 starter allowance featuring one of the most famous horses in the country, Blow the Whistle. When we start the early pick 5 here in race 1. That's a mandatory payout. This early pick 5, mandatory payout, industry low 12% takeout. Race 1's a nice starter allowance with Blow the Whistle. Race 3 is one of the features of the day. That's a third-level allowance race for filly and mares. And then race 5 is a 2 other than allowance race. So the early pick 5 is loaded with some nice races. Let's start here with race 1, $8,000 starter allowance, 3 and up, going a flat mile. And let's show you Blow the Whistle. The 6-year-old has won 10 times this year from 12 starts. He has a second and a third. Here's his last win right here at Laurel Park on December 1st.
You want to see a good ride. Well, it draws the rail this afternoon. Carol Cedeno aboard, and she's back aboard today. Boy, does she handle some tight quarters quite well. All the way around the first turn, opening quarter of a mile, almost even a little bit further than that, 5/16. But, boy, she really doesn't miss a beat on Blow the Whistle and gets his horse to relax, doesn't really have to steady or check too hard. And here's the sheer and utter determination that makes this horse a man amongst, boys sometimes.
Sure.
I mean, look at this horse. He knows where the wire is, puts his head down. And Truskin, very game in defeat. But Blow the Whistle, 10 wins this year out of 12 starts. You got to love a horse like this. It's hard to deny him the way he's going right now.
Yeah, he's made almost $250,000, 16-time winner in his career. Tim Kreiser, he's having a big year. Tim Kreiser, 129 wins. He's 28% on the year, and he's 3 for 9 down here at Laurel Park this fall. So this is a big-time winning outfit. They're 27% with horses who have won their last start. Carol Cedeno, she is a very, very good journeyman rider here this winter at Laurel Park. What a cool horse. Reminds me of you were talking about one. You remember one. I remember a famous starter allowance horse around here 20, 30 years ago by the name of Bolting Home, I believe. And you get a good horse, a good starter allowance horse, and they can just dominate for a couple years, and they turn into like an ATM machine for you.
What else do we have for Cole? Rapid Redux.
Rapid Redux.
Rapid
Sure.
Redux.
Yeah,
so
he won
sure.
20-something, 22 in a
was,
row.
He was just kind of a machine.
Yep.
So Blow the Whistle. We got a couple scratches in here, the 1 visual effect and the 4 windy win, but he can win it from pretty much anywhere. Cedeno with a clean break and put him, I think, just off the pace. With that scratch of the 4, I expect double whammy to go from the inside for Cherry and Mary Epler. Had a tough trip. Down inside, chasing the entire way, maybe against a little bit better than that Iron Horse down at Gulfstream Park. He's back to his favorite track. He can handle a wet surface. He's just not in the peak, double whammy form right now.
Sure.
He's got to move back up the ladder. I think it's Blow my whistle again.
All right, then we both like the 5, Watch My Dust. First off the claim for Claudio Gonzalez. We keep telling you he's 30% first off the claim. He did it again yesterday, first off the claim with that maiden, right?
Yeah.
So and he could do it here with Watch. Now, I don't know if Watch My Dust can be blow the whistle, but it is first time Claudio. He gets his main man, Carlos Carrasco. They're 35% together, so you have to respect the 5. Watch My Dust a little bit in here.
He's got an 89 back on the page on a wet surface. Looking out right now, he's going to get the surface that he likes. Freshened up, a little bit of a protect move by the barn. Carrasco, yeah, things are pointing towards a sharp effort, I believe. I think he'll lay a little bit closer. These are the type of horses Claudio usually doesn't claim these deep closers, but we'll see how this one works out first time for Claudio.
And you get Weston Hamilton on the 7 real quick. Prime time man, 12-1 for Kieran McGee. Third behind Blow the Whistle last out. Weston Hamilton, leading apprentice jockey in the country. I believe today's his last day with the Bug.
Okay.
And he had a 2-win day yesterday, so he's live to get a piece of it here with the 7 prime time man. So a nice starter allowance there in race 1. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. We also start that rolling super high 5 here in race 2. That has a low 15% takeout, and we'll start with a little over 1,500 here in race 2. Let's take a look. We're going a flat mile, claiming 12,500 for 3-year-old fillies or older filly mares. Never won 3. I go with the 5 on top here. Lonely Drifter for Jerry Robb. The apprentice Adrian Flores will ride this 3-year-old filly. He was a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. That allowance race last out, just way too tough. She was in over her head there, but she was in good form before that. She just won a 16,003 life 2 starts ago. So she's a 3-year-old filly taking advantage of this dual condition. She's going to benefit from the class relief today.
Yeah, my top selection is going to be the 2, trying to get a little bit of a better price here with Jilted Runaway for Jerry Brooks. Unfortunately, wet track numbers aren't great. 2 tries, hasn't hit the board yet, but I still think this filly's moving back in the right direction. A 6-time winner, talking about taking advantage of the condition. Last time out, they went quick early. It was like sometimes these races when you have a runaway loose leader, the jocks, it's tough on them to judge and time the ride just perfectly. This horse made a good move, okay, just flattened out a little bit late. A shortening up to the mile, I think, is going to work. There's a little bit of speed in here. Child's Play will go up there early. I think Polarization, even Lonely Drifter, won't be too far back. A little better price here with Jilted Runaway. Even Shekor coming back into form for Pat McGill, another horse, out of open company.
Yep.
Okay, turning back to the condition. This horse likes a wet surface and can certainly handle a mile. This horse will make a steady progression from the back of the pack.
All right, so both Keith and I like the same 4 horses there in race 2. Let's turn the page. Race 3, one of the big features of the day, a 3rd level allowance condition, optional, claiming 50,000. Filly and mares 3 and up. We're going 6 furlongs here in the 3rd race. Some top sprinters in the area right here in race 3. The 1, Adios Annie, that's your top pick. So let's start right there with your top pick, because this filly ran huge last out for Gary Capuano. We have a stat for Adios Annie. Here it is.
Yeah, there it is. Gary Cap, past couple of years, 15 for 70, 21% with dirt runners off of a top big. ROI 325, comes out of a race where she beat Majestic 1 and Le Weekend. I liked Le Weekend yesterday. Similar stat off of her. She just got in a little bit of trouble into the turn. I'm going to bet her when she comes back, Le Weekend for Hugh McMahon. But Adios Annie, she's got positional speed. I think when you break this race down, I don't think she's going to have to be used too hard, Stan, to get position. She's going to either go to the front or just come from just off of it. Breeding, she's never been on a wet track, but boy, she should like it. You see Indian Charlie, American Chance in the bloodlines. I like the 1, Adios Annie, improving sort here for Gary Capuano.
All right, I used her in my top 3. You have to respect her off that big win last out, late November here at Laurel. That was her 3rd win here at Laurel Park. You get the hot bug boy, Weston Hamilton. I use her in my top 3. She has enough early speed where she can put herself in a good early tactical position, so she'll get a good trip. I just go with the price here. My price play of the day, the 7, Reality Queen, big 15-1. And we'll probably get a big price because there's a bunch of other nice runners in here. But she had a nice win last out. She rallied from far back against 2 other than Allowance Company, going 6 furlongs at Penn National. Got up for a win got up to win by a head at 21-1 with a big 80 buyer speed figure. That was her lifetime best buyer number. 3-year-old daughter of Pioneer of the Niles in top form right now for Flint Stites. We know Flint Stites is dangerous when he ships down here from Penn National. Jacqueline Davis comes down to ride. We'll get a big price on this filly because it's a real tough race. I'm just hoping she's sitting on her A game and she's going to continue to make progress today. She's 3 for 5 in the money here at Laurel Park, and she's 3 for 3 in the money in the off-going. So I'll take a shot here with a big price, the 7 Reality Queen.
Yeah, you're going to get a price on her, no doubt about it. My man Willard upstairs, my partner here, my chart calling partner, he had a couple bucks on her up at Penn National on December the 7th.
Nice.
Yes, he did. He's one of the better handicappers around.
That's
Stan.
a big score there.
When times get tough, boy, you want to go talk to Willard. She's stunning the 5. I wish she could run a little bit better at Laurel. She's 0 for 4 with only 1 second-place finish, but man, she's handled. She's been facing the right kind of horses. Zipper's Hero, one of 3 other than here in June. She's got speed. She's to the front. I think her and Adios Annie, the road's going to go through these two. I like Adios Annie a little bit better at her price, but the horse I think is going to rally from the back of the pack. I think Philip Cohen's Piker might be just a little bit sharper sprinting, Stan. Right. And she's another one. She's faced the right kind. Second off of a layoff. Look at that percentage. Second off of this kind of layoff for Andrew Simoff. 33% from a good sample. 27 horses. An ROI of over $3. I think if they get contested up front, this is your major closer from the back of the pack.
Enchanted Ghost will be tough for Hammy Smith.
Yeah,
I use that filly in my exacta. She's a 3-time winner at Laurel Park. Didn't like the slop in the Geisha last out, but a good effort at this level 2 back, so I used a 9. How about the 6 here? You get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, on the 6. I Still Miss You. This 3-year-old filly's won 3 in a row up there at Finger Lakes against weaker company. But Jeremiah Englehart brings her down here to Laurel Park. A big litmus test for this filly today. You get the leading rider. What do you make of this Finger Lake shipper?
Right. I mean, what has she been facing? Timely Tradition, okay, but they don't really run that fast.
Sure.
What the trouble I'm having as a line maker too, along just being a handicapper, you've got these horses coming down, and they're not coming down from nondescript barns. They're coming down from top barns. Englehart, right? So you've got some horses coming in right from Finger Lake, so you've got to respect that.
And you get the leading rider.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a wait and see approach horses. I won't leave them out of my exactas. Use them, throw them underneath as little saver tickets, but I want to see if they can kind of bring that form. But to me, they've got to step up a little bit from what they've been showing up there.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. We went a little long here in this first segment, but some nice races early on here to kick off this real nice, attractive early pick 5 we have today. Carryover in the late pick 5 starting race 5. The big carryover of the day, over 21,000 in the Rainbow pick 6. That starts race 4. It's a big field. We'll check it out right after this.
The best bets at Laurel Park are the Pick 5s, and we have 2 of them. The early Pick 5 starts in race 1 and is a mandatory payout. The late Pick 5 is the last 5 races of the day and has carryover potential. Both Pick 5s at Laurel Park have an industry-low 12% takeout. The Pick 5s at Laurel Park, your best bet.
All right, welcome back. Let's get right to it here. The 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. We have a real nice carryover today. Let's show you what we have. $21,746. I have a ticket. You should have a ticket. Everybody should have a ticket today here in the Pick 6. This will be well over $30,000 when it's all said and done. Let's take a look here at my ticket. Keith, we have a big 12-horse field here in race 4. Before I even looked at one horse in the race, I read the conditions. Maiden claiming $16,000 for 2-year-olds going a mile. I automatically said this race is wide open. It's going to be a soft group. Chaos happens in these kind of races. They're all going to be getting a little tired going to that second wire long stretch for the 1 mile distance here at Laurel Park. So race 4, I hit the all button. I'm using all 12, and I went through all 12 horses, and I can make a case for all 12 horses in this race. They can win. race 4. All right, so then race 5, a 2 other than allowance race. I like the 4 General Downs and the 5 No More Talk.
Okay.
Race 6, that's a tricky maiden 25 for 2-year-olds going 3/4. I go 4 deep there, 2, 8, 9, 10. Then I have a couple singles. Race 7, second level allowance going 5.5. I single on the 1 Shane's Jewel with your leading rider Trevor McCarthy aboard for Jamie Ness. A reliable connections there for the 1 Shane's Jewel. Then race 8, a beaten nickel 3/4. I single on the 3 Special Risk. Taking a drop in class today for trainer Alfredo Velasquez. You get the hard trying Carol Cedeno. This filly is going to be second off the layoff today. The barn's 21% positive ROI, second off the layoff. So I love the 3 Special Risk there in race 8. And then race 9, I use the 3 Clover Bottom with Trevor McCarthy at 10-1. I use also the 6 Ali Barbera, a big price first-time starter for Tony Aguirre, and you have to like the favor, the 7-5 favor there, the 8 Lawn Dart. First off the claim for Kieran McGee, so 3-6-8 there in race 9. So that's a $57.60 ticket. I'm looking for a big price here in race 4. What do you think? Do I have a shot? Who's your top pick? Do I have a shot for a big price?
You've got a shot. And here, I like a price. I like the 8, Romancing the Cat, to get you started
There you
in your pick 6. So, yeah, let's take a look at race 4. 2-year-olds going a mile, maiden 16, and Romancing the Cat. Not a bad debut when you look at it Beyer-wise, comparatively to the rest of the field on November the 3rd behind Win Win Win. Another horse came out of there, 6th-place finisher, was beaten just about the same amount, about 17 lengths. Snuck down to Tampa for Grand Motion and won by 7.
Right.
In an off-the-turf race.
Okay.
So Romancing the Cat, not a bad debut, was hung wide. I'm just going to toss the race up at New York. Didn't really run a step, but comes back with the blinkers on, but a couple good angles. Maiden special weight, the maiden claimant, positive ROI. First blinks, good. How about this over the past 5 years? 4 for 16 and 8 for 16 in the money. First-time blinkers for this trainer.
All right.
I'm looking at a live long shot here in Romancing the Cat, looking at the breeding 2 top and bottom. I think the wet track is fine. I think you've got Forest Boys who can kind of settle this horse in mid-pack, some questionable speeds up top,
right,
and get this horse to finish.
All right, the blinkers go on. The 8, Romancing the Cat, she's 10-1. I'll take it. I'm looking for a price here in race 4. Now, I go with one of the favorites on top, the 10, Tryin' Wings, 5-1 morning line. First off the claim today for trainer Dorothy Wharton and Wasabi Ventures. Rosario Montanez gets aboard this colt by Tri-Tap. Just got beat last out, coming off about 6 weeks off, going a mile, dropping to the maiden 10. A big effort, good second as the heavy favorite. Just got beat a half length, 40 Beyer speed figure. That puts him right. He's stepping up a little bit here. First off the claim, but that last figure puts him right there against this group. He'll be forwardly placed, maybe try to go right to the front and lead him all the way.
You just got put in a Dorothy Wharton doghouse.
How's that?
I did yesterday. I picked a horse of hers, and
On
I'm
top?
not going to name names, but somebody ratted it out. They don't like it when we pick their horses. We're just trying to put them in the winner's circle,
sure.
Stan.
She's having a big year.
Yeah, having a great year.
All right, well, I don't. What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? How about By the Bay? Let's take a look at the 11th.
Spotlight
By the
here.
Bay, the spotlight from December the 7th. By the Bay for Claudio Gonzalez. This is going to be, third time Claudio picked this horse up. By the Bay is actually up on the lead, and then it has to steady back into the turn. You'll see this horse towards the inside, and this was a really interesting trip because, you get these horses, they're up, these bigger fields, they take back. You're asking them to make a couple runs. These maiden claimers, I mean, they're just not accustomed to do that. It's usually not going to get the job done when they get put in positions like this. But By the Bay sits there, recovers after steadying, and still has to lay in behind the horse. This is the race we call it, actually. Good ride. Nick Papagiorgio with McCarthy and Tim Keefe. But watch this horse still down inside, the 6 horse. And I think he's just stalled enough, Stan, that when the seam opens, the run is just done.
Sure.
And this horse needs a clear trip. You can't steady 2 or 3 times in a race going a mile. These younger, inexperienced horses Swings out there, but just cannot catch up. That's good enough, guys. The other horses have the momentum there. But drawing to the outside today, you're going to shed a little weight and get Adrian Flores. This horse should be positioned to kind of stalk and pounce. You saw the early speed last time. Jock just took back out of position going into the turn and then got in a jackpot for about 3/8 of a mile. Clear trip today for the 11 by the Bay will enhance the chances.
All right, and this bug boy, Adrian Flores, 3 for 10 recently here for your leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. So we both like the 11. I throw the 6 in there, the Glominator, get Trevor McCarthy and Steve Asmussen, Animal Kingdom, 2-year-old, taking a dropping class, second off the layoff. You have to use that horse a little bit. And the 7, Roaring Ocean, first time Lasix, Victor Carrasco, first time Trez Abbott as well. Just an absolute wide open race. I'll just for an example, a big 30-1 long shot here, and the horse might go off 50-1, and that's the 9 Mead Avenue. But you can make a case for that 2-year-old by Seville, first time Lasix today, and he gets to carry 110 with the bug boy Felix Pinheiro, who's won a couple races here this fall. So the 9 Mead Avenue wouldn't be a big shocker at a huge price, right?
In this race, nothing really would shock me. The Lasix goes on out of the win-win-win race. I like a horse out of there. My top selection, Romancing the Cat. So, you're seeing blow up in race 4. That's and that definitely could come through.
Hitting, I'm bomb hunting, looking for a bomb there in race 4. Let's turn the page. Race 5, nice carryover today in our late pick 5 here, starting in the 5th race. Industry low, as always, we have that industry low 12% takeout in both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. And there's the carryover, a few bucks shy of $5,800. I have a ticket for this as well. Let's take a look here, and here's how I played this ticket. You don't have to worry about that big field in race 4 for this late pick 5. You can just go 2 deep here in the first leg. In race 5, I like the 4, General Downs, and also the 5, No More Talk. And so my ticket's kind of identical. Then I go 4 deep in race 6, and I use my same singles, Shane's Jewel, the 1, race 7, and then the 3, Special Risk in race 8. And then I hit the all button on this ticket in race 9. That's a wide open maiden claiming $40,000 for 2-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. Kieran has the heavy 7-5 favored, but that horse was 24-1 in debut for Lake at the same price. She's going to be the favorite in this race because she kind of catches a soft maiden 40, right?
Right.
So if she doesn't fire, if the favorite doesn't fire in race 9, then that race is wide open.
Yeah.
So I hit the all button there.
There's a couple firsters in there that intrigue me as well.
Sure,
in the 9th.
Yep. All right, let's take a look here. Race 5, a nice second-level allowance race, optional claiming $35,000, going a flat mile. The 4, General Downs, my top pick. We both have the 4 on top here, General Downs. Maybe a little bit of a bounce last out because this horse ran so big 2 starts ago. A 94 buyer 2 starts ago, just got beat a whisker. And then got beat about 9.5 lengths behind Tis He the One, who might be running in the General George next February, the kind of form he's in. But Rubley has this Mine Trap 5-year-old in good form. You get Julian Pimentel today. Pimentel and Ken Rubley, they're 28% together and a big positive ROI. So we're both on the 4 here. General Downs for West Point Thoroughbreds.
Yeah, big number, 2 races back. And last time out, unfortunately, had to be right out of a little bit of traffic. And the leaders got away with it soft up front. When I went back and compared times, internal fractions on the 8th. And the leaders, Tizzy, the 1, Brighton Line. 2 pretty good horses. Tizzy, the 1, in just deadly form right now.
Sure.
They got the best of it midway on the turn to the head of the stretch, and these other horses were trying to make a move from the back of the pack. They just could not make a significant impact. They were hampered by that. I think you'll see General Downs closer to the pace today.
All right, so we both have a cold 4-5. The 5, No More Talk. We have a video spotlight here for the 5, No More Talk. Here's his last race, December 1st. A beaten favored at this level, 3rd behind Lacey's other horse, Bronx Sandman.
Yeah, the 5 horse that day in the blue and the white silks. You're going to see this horse get kind of sandwiched, steady, and check out of some tight quarters, leaving the 7/8, heading to the 6.5, entering the backstretch. And the horse actually, again, gets shuffled back a little bit. We're going to follow this horse, I guess, past the 5/8 pole. Thanks, guys. Warrior of the Roses, the old veteran on the lead. But watch this again. He's kind of a little bit of keen, tries to go up in between horses. Bronx Sandman probably getting the best of it, and even the horse to the outside tricked up. But kind of stalled, momentum stalled. So you've got the checking going on around the first turn. Even there, Stan, you see a little bit of a shuffle. That's good enough, guys. And this horse ends up, when you catch it back to the top of the stretch, finishes up okay. It was very willing to the wire. So no more talk against this field. If Fireman Oscar, the 6, just doesn't go, I think no more talk certainly is going to be on the engine.
All right, so both Keith and I have a cold 4, 5, 7, 1 there in race 5.
Okay.
Let's speed along here.
Sure.
You like the late pick 4 today. I'm interested to see how you played it because I'm involved in these races. Late pick 4 starts here. Race 6, let's check it out.
Yeah, 3 deep. It's a $27 ticket. 3 deep to get you started in race 6. The 5, Row the Boat for Ness, reported first time gelding. The 8, El Rojo, and the 10, Honor Run, Alpha Stumbling. Start 7th race. We're going to go 3 deep again. 2, 4, and 5. 8th race, 3, 4, and 8. Special Risk Holiday Magician. Little United, Anthony Ferrier. I see you over there, Anthony, with the blinkers going on. We might see this horse make a little run from mid-pack. And the 9th race, the 6 and the 8. Lawn Dart going to be the favorite. This first are from Anthony Aguirre, showing some good works. Maybe this horse will be ready to go. Has some family that won early, and we'll talk about that one a little bit later. $27.
Well, on my tickets, in race 7, I keyed on the 1 Shane's Jewel, but you use a horse in there that might be dangerous at a big price. A 2 in arrears, first off the claim for guess who, Claudio Gonzalez. So in arrears could be a big upset. Factor maybe in race 7. Let's take a look here at race 6. I'll just give you my top pick here in this race. It's we have a video spotlight. You like the 10. Let's check out the 10 real quick. It's a maiden 25 for 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs. Here's the 10, Honor Run, last out.
Honor Run's a pretty quick horse. It stumbles, breaks inward out of the gate, and a bump. That's enough. This horse wants the lead, and that's going to take pretty much all chance. It does make a little bit of a move. Jock tries to rate the horse, goes up about 4 and 5 wide into the far turn, and actually makes a little bit of a run. You see the Nick Papa Giorgio in there in the silks, but higher purpose by the Seashore, who ends up going on to win for Trombetta. This horse makes a little bit of a recovery against, I think, maybe a little bit better bunch, Stan. When you break it all down, that's good enough guys from there. Ends up fading through the stretch. But Honor Run today, the break is going to be critical. I needed this horse to come away cleanly to go to the front and set the pace, because there's some other speed in here that is going to be hot on his heels. Cool Man Cletus, even Kosher Contract, has shown speed. But I think he might be the speed. I go for an upset price, though, with the 5, Row the Boat. Out of some key races at Canterbury, like this horse last time out. Out of a strong race, Wait for Dark. There's By the Seashore, came back to win. Taken a hold of early, well out in the middle of the track, was a little erratic through the stretch. It looked like this horse was going to tease me. Looked like he was going to make a little bit of a run, turning for home, just flatline. Reported first-time gelding today. I see improvement for the 5, Row the Boat. I think this horse can definitely, you're going to get a speed setup as well, make a run into it.
Well, I'm actually betting my tickets today. Well, I'm going to the window, so yeah, I'll probably have to throw the 5 on there. Jamie Ness, first-time gelding, top apprentice jockey in the country with Weston. So yeah, the 5, Row the Boat, an interesting long shot there in race 6. Let's turn the page. Another upper-level allowance race in race 7. What a card today!
It's
nice
good
job,
card, good betting card. Yeah,
good betting card. Nice job by the racing office putting together a real nice card. Race 7. Second level allowance, optional claiming 35,000, 3 and up, going 5.5. Trevor McCarthy is going to be going right to the front on the 1 Shane's Jewel. He's one of the top jockeys in the country, Trevor McCarthy. He's ridden over 1,100 horses this year. He's won over 163 races now.
Wow.
He's one of the winningest jockeys in the country. He's on a live favorite here with the 1 Shane's Jewel for a top barn trainer, Jamie Ness. This horse will likely break sharp with one of the top jockeys in the country, and good luck trying to get in front of Trevor. He's going to be riding like, what'd you say, riding like he's going to what?
When we used to say up there, the gas and electric chair.
Right, ride like he's going to the electric chair, yep. Trevor McCarthy here, the 1 Shane's Jewel, my top pick.
Yeah, I don't know who came up with that. I'll have to go up there and check
Riding
with
like
Phil
he's
again.
going to the
Yeah,
electric chair.
one of the hanger-ons years ago back in the
Right.
press box. So probably when your dad was up there. But Change Jewel definitely very sharp right now. Speed and tendency to go a little bit in and out in the numbers. Topped about a 79 last time. Can he come back and run that number a little shorter distance? But Cozy Lover, we had another cool horse. You look at this horse, look at blow the whistle. 11 for 25 lifetime. Off though, almost 7 months. Just about 7 months. Cozy Lover, though, I think they wouldn't bring this horse back unless he's right. You treat a horse like that, this with kid gloves. Competitive in 3 other than, back at 17, someday Jones. I don't think he's going to let Change Jewel get too far away. Look at that wet track record. 4 for 5, run his top number on a wet surface. I think he's coming down, brings the rider, and is going to be just hounding Change Jewel every step of the way.
Yeah, and the Patricia Farah barn, they're always dangerous shipping down here. They're one of the top barns up there at Parks. And this is Johan Rosado's father who comes down to ride this horse.
Roberto, yep.
What's his first name? Roberto?
Roberto Rosado. Uh-huh.
All right, Roberto. So Joan Rosado's father ships down from Parks here for the Faro shipper, 5-year-old son of Not for Love. I use him in my exacta. We both like the 5 as well here. What do you make of the 5? First off the claim for Robert Cole and trainer Wayne Potts. Boca Chica rides this horse. This outfit, 27% first off the claim, the Potts outfit. And we know RC picks out some good horses. This horse fired a 92 buyer 2 starts ago up there at Parks.
Yeah, he runs back to any of those 2-back, 3-back, 4-back numbers. He wins it. You got a horse they claim for 50. They're going to drop in for 35, and they're going to drop a condition as well, coming out of the 3 other than to the 2 other than optional. When you've got an early Cole, he's aggressive. He's not scared.
Right.
Okay, so you've got. I don't think you can just completely toss this horse. I'm taking Cozy Lover a little better price, but Cinderella El Chrome could just sit a perfect trip off of the contested pace and go by late. So yeah, some question marks, but you don't want to get beat by Cole.
All right, so real nice 2 other than allowance feature there in race 7. That kicks off the final pick 3 of the day. Let's take a look here at race 8 to kick off the late daily double. Filly mares 3 and up. A in 6 months, never won 4, going 3/4 here. I go with the 3 special risk, and I key on this filly on my ticket, both my tickets. So you have this filly on top as well. An aggressive move here from the Alfredo Velasquez barn. Carol Cedeno rides this filly. They claimed her for $7,500 3 life back in September. She galloped that day in the slop with a 61 buyer, and they gave her a little time off, stepped her up to 12.5 4 life at Parks, coming off a layoff on a tiring good track, maybe going 7 furlongs, and just ran okay. Now we take a drop to the nickel 4 life, cut back to 6 furlongs. We're back to a sloppy track. She likes that. This barn second off the layoff, 21% and a positive ROI. So we both like this filly. She's made $176,000. She's a nice filly. The 3 special risk.
Yeah, and I think this horse can come from just off the pace if needed. Has shown it in the past. And the key, we don't want to go too much on because we're running out of time. Velasquez 3 for 6. 50% claiming drop. Okay, the last couple of years, not a big sample, but when you're hitting at 50% with this kind of move and you can team it up with a rider like Carol Cedeno, you got to use Holiday Magician. Really, the best sustaining run I've seen her run. Have last time out when she kind of stalked and just kind of went by the loose leader. The 8 Little United, I messed this line up. Blinkers go on first time Farrier. They got me yesterday. Horse was bet down from 10-1 to 4-1, albeit there was a scratch or 2. But this is an interesting type. The 2-back number certainly works, and I think will rally. So we won't be getting 12-1 on that horse today. Sometimes you fall asleep at the wheel after you look at about 10,000 races. It happens.
Tough game. All right, so nice beat nickel there to kick off the late daily double. Both Keith and I have the 3 special risks on top. All right, now let's check out race 9. Race 9, maiden claiming 40,000. 2-year-old filly's going 6 furlongs. I picked the 8 on top. That's the 7-5 favorite. But on my late pick 5, I do hit the all button in this race. We both have the 8 on top. Lawn Dart, a 2-year-old filly by Artie Schiller, debuted at this level. Maiden 40 back November 11th for trainer Scott Lake, a top barn. She was very cold at the window, 24-1 that day, and she ran okay. She only got beat 3 3/4 of a length on the main track that day. McGee. Kieran McGee jumps in for 40,000, and they claim this filly. They must like the breeding, but they wait the 30 days and they go right back in for the 40. They get a top jock, Carol Cedeno. It's not the toughest field at all, and she gets a nice outside post. And McGee's 20% first off the claim. So we both have the favorite on top, but if the favorite doesn't fire, I think race 9's wide open.
Stalled a little bit behind horses on the turn last time out. An okay finish behind the next out winner. Actually, the last place finisher out of that race came back to win. So productive race on November the 11th. Long Dart free and clear from the outside. Should be right up near the lead. And I'm talking about it's a softer 40, no doubt, because Brett Stack was like double-digit odds for a 25. Ends up going in here, finds easier competition. Also out of that race, was down inside against that bigger, gaudy field. Should enjoy a more comfortable trip this afternoon. Real quick on the first, there's the 2 intrigues me despite the odds. You got Spitestown, you got an off track. I like that. The mare was good. This Frox, I think, might even train the mare. She was 5 for 22, made 164,000. So I think this horse is okay. First time out in the 6 for Tony Aguirre. Ali Barbara, Byrie Dean. 3 2-year-old winners, okay, out of this mare. So that works for me, and some pretty sharp works over this surface. That's race 9 for me. 8-6-2-7. Just go ahead and box them.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. A great card this afternoon. Some nice carryovers. You can check out our tickets on laurelpark.com underneath the handicapping section. Track and sloppy. Dave Rodman coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.